Yo, what's up? It's She Money, back with a very important conversation we need to have. What happened? Oh, the Gucci? Oh, it's still. Nah, yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. I thought niggas was off that. Nah, yeah, the boycott. I know, like, blackface shit. Nah, shit. This was a birthday gift, though. Yeah, they ain't getting none of my money. You know, huh? Oh, niggas still ain't wearing it, though. Nah, yeah, I know. Nah, I get it. Nah, kid. Nah, fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? We good over here. Niggas still ain't rocking that shit. Yo, can't go wrong with a Yankee. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Gucci, that was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Blackface shit wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? We, boycott still in full effect. But listen, it's She Money, back with a very important conversation we need to have. Today's conversation is going to be about why I personally decided to invest in real estate to create generational wealth as opposed to investing in other things, right? Before we get started with that conversation, I want to talk about something that I've come to understand recently, right? When we have these conversations, I think it's important to understand that I'm not telling nobody what to do, right? That's not what I'm here to do. Everybody is going to do what they want to do, right? And I'm going to use this analogy to explain it, right? Let's say I'm at the bottom of a hill with everybody listening to this video, right? And I tell everybody, listen, at the top of this hill is generational wealth. If you climb this hill, it ain't gonna be the easiest thing in the world. It's gonna take sacrifice, focus, discipline. But if you make it to the top of this hill, your chances of obtaining generational wealth are pretty high, right? If you stay consistent and get to the top of this hill, generational wealth is obtainable, right? So everybody at the bottom of the hill, all you guys, hearing that, you're gonna be like, some people gonna be like, you know what? I like that. You know what? I'm gonna climb this hill, and they gonna stick with it. They gonna make it to the top. Then you got some people that's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna try it, and they probably won't be as consistent, and they'll probably only make it halfway up. Then you got people that's gonna walk away. I'm good. I ain't climbing up that hill. Then you got people that's gonna stay right where they at, right? So the people that don't climb the hill and make it to the top, I used to look at them like, man, this dude or this chick is a fool, right? Clown. Like, I'm telling them what it is, and they want to do whatever they want to do. You got to understand, and I had to understand, that people gonna do what they want, man. Like, I'm not here to tell nobody what to do. I'm just here to give options, and the only reason I'm giving that option is because I found something out that I feel like can help a lot of people, right? So I'm just giving you a different option. If you choose to go a different way, I respect that, you know what I'm saying? And truth be told, you may go a different way and do better than anybody who climbed that hill, right? You may go a different way and you may succeed, you know what I'm saying, and accomplish your wildest dreams, right? So who am I to tell anybody what path to take? You know what I'm saying? Do what make you happy. And I respect that. I'm only giving you options. You understand what I'm saying? I'm only giving you an option. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to understand that and to never listen to none of these videos and feel like I'm being condescending or telling somebody what to do. That's far from what I'm trying to do. Do what you want, right? Listen, I appreciate it. Listen, share, like, but in the end, do what you want. But that's what people gonna do anyway, right? I don't even really gotta say that, so that really go without saying. But let's get into it. I want to talk about why I chose to invest in real estate over other investment vehicles. Let's start with creating a business, right? When it comes to creating a business, you know, at first, when I used to be sitting around thinking like, damn, how do I create generational wealth? My first idea was to create a business, right? I was like, man, I gotta create something. I gotta start a business. I gotta open up a store. I gotta sell something. Like, I really felt like that was the only way to break the cycle of poverty in my family and create something that's gonna last longer than I'm gonna last, right? Something that's gonna keep money coming in long after I'm gone, right? Generational wealth, right? I got stuck, right? Because I'm like, I didn't have a passion for nothing. I didn't know what business to start. I was all over the place, and it only made things harder for me, right? So not only that, you gotta understand, I'm a lazy dude, right? And not lazy in the sense that I can't get up in the morning and handle my business, but lazy in the sense that I'm trying to make the most amount of money do the least amount of work. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want, especially if I got a job, if I'm working for somebody else, if I'm working to put somebody else's kids through college, to help somebody else create generational wealth, I ain't trying to be sweating. I'm not trying to be working hard. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm a lazy dude. So when it came to starting a business, anybody that's trying to start a business or has started a business, they'll tell you it ain't easy. It's hard work, especially if it's a physically demanding business where you got to do physical work, where you have to be there. That's hard work to create that, and it's gonna be a while before you profit, and it's gonna be a while before you reap the benefits of it, right? So personally, me, I'm good on that. Now, like I said, if you got a passion and that's really what you want to do, go do it. You know what I'm saying? And when you get your business up and running, and you getting money, then invest in real estate. It's still a good look, right? So when that I was good on starting my own business. That wasn't for me. Let's talk about the next investment vehicle people like to talk about a lot, the stock market, right? A lot of people, oh, I like the stock market, I made money in the stock market. That's what's up. The problem I have with the stock market is you have no control over what happens in the stock market. Your control is you can buy the stock when you want to, you can sell the stock when you want to, you can hold for as long as you want to, but how the stock performs, you really have no control in what that company is going to do, right? Or what that asset class is going to do. It may go up, it may go down. You just sitting there waiting in the wing, you know what I'm saying? Hoping that they make the right decisions. You hoping that you buy at the right time, you sell at the right time. I'm good on all that, right? I like to be able to control what I'm doing, right? I want to have control. Also, the problem I have with the stock market is a study that was done pretty much explained my problem with the stock market, right? This is a true story. You can look it up if you want to get the details on it. But there was a study done where they took a bunch of monkeys and they had a dartboard and they put different stocks on the dartboard, right? So then aside the monkeys, they got some professional stock market advisors, right? People that make it their living to advise on the stock market, right? They told them to pick some stocks that they thought were going to perform great and in the next year. Then they had the monkeys throw darts at the same stocks, and whatever stocks they hit, they put those in the batch, and they took the professional advisor stocks and put those in a batch, and they watched those stocks over the next year, and on average there was no difference in how those stocks performed, right? They all pretty much performed the same, right? So what does that mean to me, or to anybody else reading that study? It would mean that a professional advisor that has made it their life to understand the stock market is going to do just as good as a monkey throwing darts at a board. Having said that, like, I'm good, right? So what chance do I have if a professional that has made this their life is going to do just as good as a monkey throwing darts at a board, right? That right there, that study right there really put things into perspective for me, and I was like, you know what? I'm good on the stock market, right? I don't want to deal with that. See, the difference with real estate is you have control over what you want to do. There are many ways to invest in real estate, right? You can be a buy and hold investor, meaning you're buying and you're holding on and you're collecting rents. You can fix and flip, meaning you're buying houses, you're fixing them up and you're selling them for a profit. You can be a wholesaler, which means you're finding people that want to sell but haven't put their house on the market yet, and you're agreeing on a price for what they want to sell it for to you, and then you assign that contract to someone else, and in between those two prices you make yourself a profit. You can invest in multifamily, single family. I mean, it's just so many options, and you can decide what you want to do. When you buy a house, how that house performs really depends on what decisions you make, right? Whether you decide to put certain fixtures inside, whether you decide to rent it out to the right person, whether you decide to have the proper systems in place to make sure it profits. It's a lot depending on what you do, right? As opposed to the stock market where you just buy it and you hope on a wish and a prayer that it does great, or the people behind that stock make the right decisions. Real estate puts you in a position to make those decisions, and how good you do is going to have to deal with how good you are and what decisions you make. And that's what I like about real estate, because I like to make the decisions and I like to be in control of what I spend my money on, right? Not only that, real estate definitely has a lot of benefits when it comes to taxes, right? When you sell a stock and make a profit, you got to pay capital gains tax on that, which is taxed at a pretty high rate, right? Passive income, which is like rental income that you get coming in, is taxed at a much lower rate, right? And not only that, most times you will take a loss on your real estate income, and in some situations, that loss can offset your W-2 income. Meaning let's say you have a job, right? Let's say you have a job and you make W-2 income where you get a W-2 at the end of the year. If you make up to $100,000, there's something called a $25,000 offset where you can offset that $100,000 by $25,000 in real estate losses that you might have took that year, right? So in essence, you will have 75,100, take away the $25,000 in real estate losses, you'll have $75,000 of earned income to be taxed on, taxable income. No other investment vehicle is gonna allow you to offset your losses on your W-2 income. So that's major, right? And if you didn't understand what I'm saying there, you know, I'll explain that further in detail in another video. I don't want to get too complicated in this video, but that's just one benefit of real estate, that you can take losses, and mind you, these are paper losses, meaning on paper you took a loss, but in actuality you may have made money. You know what I'm saying? Physically, you may have made money, but because you can write off so much stuff in real estate, depreciation, deductions, expenses. So although it may look like you took 25,000 in losses, you might have made some money, but you just finessed it the right way where it on paper looks like you took those losses, and it's nothing illegal, right? It's nothing you're doing that's wrong. This is what the Uncle Sam and the tax system allows you to do, because you're providing real estate and because you're providing a service, you get a lot of tax benefits, right? You are providing a home for someone. So the government likes that, and they appreciate that, and they show their appreciation through a lot of tax benefits. They don't really care when you invest in stocks. They ain't helping you out too much when you buy and sell in the stock market. But because you are providing a service and you're giving people homes, the government will look out for you, and there's a lot of tax benefits that come with real estate. And lastly, there's a lot of pride in home ownership, right? There's a lot of pride in being in front of a building and saying, wow, I own this building. There's a lot of pride in collecting rent and people giving you a check, and that's where they live and they're raising their family in your building. That comes with pride, right? So there's not much, maybe for some people there is, but I can't see how there's a lot of pride with owning a stock, right? Oh, so I own a stock. Who cares? Well, I own a couple stocks in Apple. They're doing great. Who cares? To own a building, to be able to physically go to a building and say, wow, I own this, there's pride in that, right? It's pride in ownership. And not only is there pride in ownership, but there is great benefits, generational wealth in ownership. You get equity in the house. You can borrow off the house. You can take out a HELOC and use that money to invest in more real estate. I mean, there is just so many benefits, and there's so many reasons why I chose real estate over other investments. I'm going to get into more of that later on, but this was just a basic video to explain why I decided to invest in real estate and why I think you should too. Alright, so share, like, comment on the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know why you may feel like starting your own business or investing in the stock market may be better than real estate. Maybe you can tell me something I don't know. Put me on. Other than that, like I said, share, like, continue to watch, continue to have these conversations with me. 1.